Ladies and gentlemen, coming to you live from the Lucky Dog studio in a hidden location somewhere in the upper Midwest of the United States of America, it's a brother making his own way but with all the wrong opinions. Welcome to the Morning Night Live with your host, the one and only P-Dog Night.
All right. Are you feeling it? Hey, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Night Live. I'm your host, Marty, also known as P-Dog Night on the internet. And welcome back to the P-Dog Night channel where, I try as much as I can to, do the thing. And sometimes I just don't make it in time. But I am happy to be with you here today. I am just every day I try to send out a few marketing messages to some of the people that follow me on this platform known as X, aka formerly known as Twitter. And so today I'm putting out my marketing messages while I'm talking to you. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. I certainly am. Oh, there, I forgot that one. Holy shit, how did I forget that one? I gotta send one to Tiffany. So anyway, I am here and ready to go. I got a bunch of tabs open, and this is what I do, talk about the news daily like we do. Thanks to everyone who is already dropping links. If you haven't done so, click that link at the top of the chat. If you're on X, the app formerly known as Twitter, click that link and drop a let's go. Got a few. Here's one of the creative ones so far. Thank you, Somnambule Nation, with a big giant let's go with an Avengers looking. It looks like it's that Avengers thing from Infinity Wars, but I'm trying to figure out who those are people in the background. It's weird. That must be the CG, what is it, CGI? What's it called? Something like that. Anyway, let's just say hi and get it started, because apparently we may not be here for long. I'm just saying the shit is hitting the fan, at least in theory, unless of course there's people out there who can stop it. But everyone give a big thanks to Joseph Raheem Biden for this. I'm just wondering where this is gonna go. So let's say hi and we'll figure it out. First in chat today is, of course, Mr. Avocados Diablo, who gets the bell. Yeah. And his own theme song, which I use often during the show. Also, good morning, Somnambule Nation. My favorite Canadian Jaeger ponies here. Kara Soldiers in the house. Mike Savage, Blarg. Also, good morning, JB, Boneheaded Dumbass. I always get a kick out of that name. Aaron Meredith's in the house. Attack Alpaca. Tyler F. Let's see. Johnny Boomertech, of course. Is the Johnny Boomertech still? That thing's still screwed up. All right. If you haven't hit that link, I'm removing it because I got to put the right link to the show. Oh, I should probably figure out the old the alert system here too. Let's see. Who else is here? Lord Stanhope's in the house. Resolute Germ. Nice to have you here live. Protocol's in the house. What up, Protocol? Nice to have you here on the rare occasion you can make it. I appreciate it. Amazing Disgraces in the house. And saved a wretch like me. That's my best shot at a run. I don't do runs very well, but because I sing a lot, but I wouldn't call myself a singer. I just sing a lot, but some people think I can sing okay. But it's fun to use during the show. Also, good morning, Rick Ashbringer. Oh, I need to, I should probably do this too. I got to change this link because you'll get the wrong link later in the show, although my CloudBot's not friggin' working anyway, but I'm not going to take a chance just in case it decides to figure this shit out. There we go. Okay. I think I'm all good now. I think I'm actually ready to do a show, even though I'm already started. Anyone else here? I'm looking. I don't see I don't see anybody else. Christmas at Ground Zero. Yeah. I have to figure out where Ground Zero is. So, that's interesting. So anyway, let's get into the show because there's a lot of stuff to talk about, and I'm a little bit late, so we'll do what we do. Today in the world, we have our special day. What the hell is this going on? Oh, is this guy? Okay, I have no idea what this is. But I just want to tell you, this guy's not hanging. Just letting you know. And that's a good preface for Happy International Men's Day. Yeah! We finally get a day! Happy International Men's Day. I don't know if there's actually an International Men's Day, but today is it, if there is one. Today is International Men's Day, although you wouldn't know it because men don't get anywhere near the billions of government funding that goes to women. These are the good fathers, husbands, sons, brothers who stand up to protect those they love. They are majority building on construction and mining sites, the majority emergency services like firefighting, armed forces, police, and rescue. We would be lost without them. And this guy, I can't figure out what this is a picture of. He's standing on something, or he's just being... he's going up on a crane. So his foot, if you look right here, you can see my cursor, right? If you look like there, he's standing on a rope being taken up the crane up to probably build a skyscraper or some shit. So there you go. Hello, Darren Root. What's up? Looks at Google. Comment nothing. Nothing for middle. Oh, no little doodle Google doodle. What the hell can I call that crap? So anyway, yeah, there's nobody cares about International Men's Day except for the very few men that do shit. So here is, it's okay to be a man. It's not okay. It is necessary. You look around the cities and see all these buildings go up. These men, these They're doing impossible things. They're working on the sewers. They're up on the power lines in the storms and in the rain. What else does this say? Okay, that's it. So anyway, here's the famous. I think this is the Jordan Peterson speech. We'll listen to this for International Men's Day. This is why men are important.
That it's okay to be a man.
It's not okay. It's necessary. What the hell are we going to do without men? You look around the city here, you see all these buildings go up. These men, they're doing impossible things. They're under the streets, working on the sewers. They're up on the power lines in the storms and the rain. They're keeping this impossible infrastructure functioning, this thing that works in a miraculous manner. They work themselves
that you take for granted
to death. And often, literally, the gratitude for that is sorely lacking, especially among the people who should be most grateful, failing to understand entirely that there's a massive infrastructure of unbelievably hardworking, solidly laboring, working-class men breaking themselves in half on a regular basis, making sure that everything that always breaks works. A little gratitude for that.
That it's okay to be a man.
That was, I think that was one of the great explanations of why men are also important. You know, we focus on everybody, everybody. Well, not just women. I mean, when we start speaking of demographics, we don't think of the demographic of men. No, it's don't cry, Jordan. It goes against your point. Not really. Hello, Special Can Acid, my honorable mention, favorite Canadian, and also good morning, Willie won't. Yeah, so happy International Men's Day for something that will not get recognized by anybody but a few YouTubers who happen to notice it. Also, today is today in history. Today is the day that the Gettysburg Address in 1863 was given, one of the most famous speeches in American history. President Abraham Lincoln delivered the Gettysburg Address, echoing the nation's founding principles and calling for a new birth of freedom. The 272 words of the speech are carved inside the Lincoln Memorial. Yeah, it was a short speech. Now, the president's critics initially dismissed the 90-second speech as ludicrous and silly. It will later be held up as the most brilliant piece of oratory in U.S. history. So, yeah, 90 seconds. That's all he was there. But you hear about this your whole life. So here's a picture of the Gettysburg Address as it is carved in the is it granite or limestone of the Lincoln Memorial. Started probably the most famous start of American speech 70 years ago. Our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation conceived in liberty and dedicated to the promotion that all men are created equal. So I'll put a separate link just for this picture, just so it'll be easy to find in case the links shift on that one. So there you go. Also, Times Square is trending. Now, I was thinking, okay, why is Times Square trending? Is it because I'm hoping there wasn't a terrorist attack or some stupid protest that got out of hand. No, I think the only reason Times Square is trending is because apparently some pop artist named Charlie XCX just performed a free concert in Times Square in New York City. So here's kind of things like that. But okay, I'm going to turn the volume off for though, because I want to show, there's something that, the reason I even brought this up, because I don't care about Charlie XCX. In fact, the only thing I know this artist from is she sang the hook in that song Fancy by the Australian rapper chick. I can't even remember her name. I'm so fancy. That song, you know what I'm talking about? That's the only reason I even know who Charlie XCX is. But anyway, apparently she's a pop star. But it's not this part of the concert that got me, because she's up there doing an impromptu concert, certainly lip syncing and some shit. Hello, TC, by the way. But what caught my eye about this topic is, let me see if I can find it, because it's a little strange, and And it reminded me of something that I hear a lot from our friend Ranty Monkey. And I said, this one, maybe it's this one. Here it is. Apparently Charlie is a window licker. She's a window licker. And if you know, so apparently she had some time on the short bus or something, because she's a window lickering weirdo. So there you go. That's why Times Square is trending. Starship is trending. And I was thinking, oh, could it be like Starship, the band, Jefferson Starship, formerly Jefferson Airplane, Grace Slick, because she recently had her 83rd birthday. No. Oh, but wow, that's weird. Grace Slick is the same age as my mother-in-law. I never even thought of that. Anyway, no, that's not it. Apparently, there's going to be it's 6 days until another launch of one of these giant missiles that Elon Musk has some plan. The objectives for Starship Flight 6, they're going to fly this big giant rocket again. The objectives are restart of Raptor engines in a vacuum, daylight landing of the ship, higher peak heating, steeper re-entry, faster, harder booster catch. There are thousands of small design changes also being tested. So here it is. If you look closely, you can see a human walking around the base of the rocket. Each Raptor rocket engine produces twice as much thrust as all 4 engines on a 747. There are 33 Raptor engines powering the Starship rocket booster. So here's a short video of that. I don't know if there's music or not. I hope not. Okay, yeah. So wait, now look. Just for the scale of this, though, see this little dude right here? You can see my cursor, right? I keep asking you that. I'm hoping you can. That's a dude walking around near the base of the rocket, and then here we go. You get this idea of the scale of this rocket. It's a pretty big damn thing. So there you go. So there you go. Starship is about to have another flight. Let's see. I'm not sure when. Oh, today here's 1 year ago when SpaceX launched its second Starship from Starbase. A little video there. Just so everyone knows how effing massive Starship is. Here's a human next to it. Here's the scale of of this rocket. Is 30 stories tall? No. What about, let's see, roughly at least 20 stories tall. But yeah, here you go. This guy's working on it. And as you zoom out, you're like, holy shit, that's a big ass rocket. So there you go. That's what she said. All right, moving on. Jaguar is trending. And yes, it is Jaguar, the auto company. And Jaguar is trending because, well, they've decided to come out with a new marketing campaign. Now, when I think of Jaguar, okay, now I guess I can't say Bond because James Bond tended to drive Aston Martins, but Jaguar has a new ad campaign. And, well, let's just say it is quite curious. Quite Jaguar. Yes, Jaguar. This new ad campaign is quite curious, and I am going to present it to you here in all of its glory. Are you ready for this? I guarantee you're not ready for this. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, Jaguar. By the way, I have my cup of empowerment coffee in the cup from Budapest, which is actually 2 cities, kind of like Minneapolis, St. Paul. Well, it's Buda and Pest. Jaguar, ladies and gentlemen. I smell pandering. By the way, hello, Tyre. Alexander. The Scourge. And I'm not pandering. Oh, no. Oh, this Jaguar? Oh, wait, Jaguars, sleek, stunning, sexy jungle cats, or a shit sports car. Well, yeah, Jaguars are kind of known for their issues. But again, are you in suspense right now? Here we go. New ad for Jaguar. Hello, Andrew Thurston. Okay. Who the actual fuck are they marketing to? What? Who? What? Now, I am trying to understand now the reactions to this ad. I haven't looked at. I want to. So we're just gonna go and get some reaction. Now, one of the first one here is obviously the frog of shame. If the frog of shame gets more likes than the original tweet, then your tweet really sucks. And so far, it's 1,200, I don't know, reactions here. 445 to 402. So the frog of shame is doing its job. I'm going to definitely put my thing there. Someone said, where's the car? Someone here said, where's the car? Where's the car? Jaguar says, pulling up. Pulling up. It's toys and going home after that shit. So here it is. Let's see. Now, this is, someone here says, via extra, this is why you don't let 20-something marketing interns who need other people to pay off their student loans control the marketing for your luxury vehicles. Where's the car? The story's still unfolding. I want to unfold the flaps in this asshole's brain who came up with this shit. Hello, Blue-Eyed Scream, by the way. I don't understand. Plague Trucker Zach, too, and Darren Root, I think I said already, but if I didn't, I did now. Yeah, here, if Jaguar made guns, that's probably accurate. Somewhere right now, an advertising agency CEO is receiving a cancellation of service letter and marketing director is being fired. Both are probably white women. Oh, you know that's right. That's spot on. I'm not sure what they're selling, but I don't want it. You know, I mean, even though the Jaguar XJs are shitty cars, it'd be fun to drive around in an XJ convertible until I saw this shit. Oh, wait. So, yeah, as Jaguar owner, I'm not sure if I want to be associated with your brand anymore. Yeah, exactly. Listen, Jaguar said they were coming out with a bold new direction for the brand. Well, they definitely have come out and they've gone full retard. It's like Sam Smith meets the Hunger Games. In copying nothing, they've actually copied everything that's going on with culture right now. Oh my God, you are just, you get all the alerts. Sorry, I have loved Jags for over 30 years. This is terrible. The ads from 22 years ago are better and less dated. Yeah, another brand decides to grenade itself. You know, I mean, I could understand if this was an ad for Subaru, except I don't think the lesbians would dig this ad too much. Not enough flannel. Who came up with this crap? Oh my God. What Jaguar doesn't realize is they legitimately won't recover from this. Sam Smith meets the Hunger Games is about the worst look possible right now. Jaguar shot themselves in the head today. It's over. Guess it's over. Call it a day. Even if you try to fix this play, it's never gonna work. You just look like a jerk all day this way. Yeah, Jaguar. I don't even want to go to a showroom anymore. I look. Here's if they really wanted to make this go all out. Here's what they should do. Okay, I'm gonna wait. Let me go back to the. Let me just go back to the ad without the music here on the screen. Here it is. That's if they really are all in on this ad. I think every showroom around the world, their entire sales staff should dress like these people. Wouldn't that be great? And then they just sell nothing. What the F are they selling in this ad? Except a bunch of fucking weirdos. All right. Oh, you've got a Jag? Andrew Thorsten? Yeah, well, we know now. All right. Code's almost gone, but not quite. I'm still coughing. Moving on. In the Southern Poverty Law Center is trending. The Southern Poverty Law Center. Now, well, here, I'm just going to go straight to the gist of this. So this is Seth Dillon, who is, I believe he's one of the top people at the Babylon Bee. Okay, Babylon Bee. And he posted this because apparently he got a letter, a message from the Southern Poverty Law Center. It was kind of like Zero, the confused hero. Zero the hero, what's up? Good morning. Seth Dillon got a letter from the Southern Poverty Law Center, and this is kind of like, who's that dumb journalist chick? Jayla Lorenz. You know how she would write an article and it'd be a smear campaign, and then like an hour before she was going to publish it, then she'd send a email or a direct message to the person that they're going to smear and say, hey, I'm going to write an email about how you're the biggest piece of shit in the world, and I'd love to hear your comments on how you are a biggest piece of shit in the world. You know, one of those letters? Well, Seth Dillon got one of those letters from the Southern Poverty Law Center. So here it is. And so here's how he responded. The discredited scandal-ridden smear factory known as the SPLC is about to publish a hit piece doxing several of our Not the Bee writers, which is their serious news website, who wish to remain anonymous so they could speak freely without fear. The SPLC extracted sensitive information from our site, then used that information to contact our writers directly. I've included a screenshot of one of those emails below. We're determining how they obtained this information, but we already know that they went digging for it. They did it because they're left-wing activists masquerading as journalists. They did it because they lack principles. They did it because they're vindictive bullies who've admitted their aim is to completely destroy individuals and organizations they disagree with by making them pay a steep price for speaking freely. As a public figure, I've been attacked many times. It comes with the territory, and I accept that. What I won't accept is the doxing and smearing of our staff because they said some things the SPLC doesn't like. So here's the letter he got from the SPLC. Let's go full middle there. Greetings, Mr. This is, well, I don't know who this is to. Greetings, Mr. Unnamed. Hope you're well. This is Creedy Newton, a journalist with the Southern Poverty Law Center's intelligence project. Journalist? Journalist? You spelled activist wrong, biatch. I'm writing to request comment for a story we plan to publish Monday. The story details your article on Not the Bee. Planet Moron has maintained a separate web presence as a blogger for nearly 20 years, but since 2020 has written over 600 articles on Not the Bee. Exposed author information on Not the Bee's source code indicates that Planet Moron, citing their name, a blank instructor from blank, so doxing their job. Planet Moron is a prolific writer on culture war issues. One article mocks transgender children as mentally ill tweens who are the economic lifeblood of the multi-billion-dollar trans industry. Do you wish to comment? So in other words, we plan to smear you and dox you because we didn't like the article you wrote. And so this Southern Poverty Law Center, like Taylor Lorenz, are shitbags. And their original, the SPLC's original mission was so important to people of melanated American status. And they've turned into just a left-wing shitbag organization. So Jeremy Bering, who's with the Daily Wire, replied, also said, doxing is bad. If the SPLC doxes your writers, mutually assured destruction should be the standard. That's interesting. SPLC are Nazi. I mean, they're getting hammered by people on X, the app formerly known as Twitter. The SPLC is about to dox anonymous writers for not the B, for reporting the truth. These people are ontologically evil. They're evil. Oh, speaking of eagles. Oh my God. This was crazy. Okay, so that's all I'm going to say about that. Speaking of eagles. So this last weekend, I don't know if I told you what we did. We went to a nature center up near Prescott, Wisconsin, and drove around and whatever. But we were driving between Prescott, Wisconsin, and Hudson, Wisconsin. We took a little 2-lane highway scenic route. And as we're driving down the highway, we're driving past this farm. And we look off to the left, and there is this very, very large bald eagle on the ground on top of a small dead deer having lunch. And so we're like, did we see what we just thought we saw? So we stopped, made a U-turn, turned around. It came back, and apparently, yeah, the bald eagle was, I think it killed a small deer. And we're like, can a bald eagle kill a deer? And so we kind of looked it up and like, yeah, small deer, like young deer are sometimes bald eagle prey. And this one was there eating away at its kill, apparently. Because I don't think they would just go and eat a dead deer that was off the side of the road. Anyway, it was... I've never seen anything like it in my life. So we came back and we stopped on the side of the road, and the eagle looks at us. It hops off the deer and then just stands there and stares at us for a while. We just stayed there and stared at it. It didn't move for quite a while. So then finally, after about 5 or 10 minutes of us staring at this eagle, we left and turned back around, and then another bald eagle came flying over, and then this one went and flew away with that one. But it was a little disturbing. I didn't know an eagle, well, eagles eat whatever the fuck eagles want. No, but this one I think killed. I mean, it was a fresh kill. It was wild. Anyway, good morning, Shrapnel, Andrew Thorsten, Rod Line. What's up, Patty? Somnable. I said Somnable Nation already. Yeah, all you. Tex AG007. No way, bald eagles are scavengers. Maybe something else killed it, and the bald eagle is taking advantage of that. Yeah, maybe, but they also, I looked up, bald eagles sometimes do take out like baby deer or whatever, but I don't know. It could have been just scavenging one, but except the deer itself was just out there. It was pretty fresh. Like you could tell it was a fresh kill. It wasn't like, it wasn't like roadkill or something. Well, maybe, I don't know. Who knows? It was just weird. I've never seen anything like that before. All right, I got to keep going because I've gone on a tangent. Karl Rove is trending. the evil one, Karl Rove, and mainly because apparently Trey Gowdy decided to have Karl Rove on his show on Fox News, and so here's a lot of people are not happy with Karl Rove because all the shit with the Bushes and stuff. Trey Gowdy brought on Karl Rove to tell us why Matt Gaetz is a bad choice for Attorney General. Another prime example of why Gaetz is the perfect pick. Here's Karl Rove discussing Matt Gaetz on Fox News.
This could be very harmful. There'd be one thing if this guy had a reputation as, one, an extraordinarily gifted legislator, two, a tremendously gifted trial attorney, a proven prosecutor, somebody who had managed a big law firm and had demonstrated legal ability. But no, he has none of those attributes. In fact, he has a reputation on the floor of the House for having shown pictures of his conquest to his fellow members. So if that's the best you can do, you're not going to get confirmed.
Now, what's interesting about Gates's nomination to be the Attorney General, I don't know that he's necessarily the best pick for Attorney General. But what is interesting about it is a couple things. One, there are ways for Trump to get him, approved without getting Senate confirmation. There's a law that Trump can invoke if the Senate doesn't confirm him. They can do a recess appointment. There's a couple different ways. But as far as all these allegations against Matt Gaetz, the FBI a long time ago floated these accusations out there. Somebody leaked the accusations. They're all over the place, right? And for over a year, the FBI investigated Matt Gaetz for some of these things, and they didn't bring any charges. The House Ethics Committee investigated this for the longest time, but they keep talking about what the charges are, right? They keep talking about what they are, but they've never done anything about it. And even though this Ethics Committee report was going to come out, it's still all accusations because he's never been charged with anything. And you'd think after over a year, and as much as the FBI's consternation towards Matt Gaetz is, you'd think if they had something, they had charged him a long time ago because they investigated him for over a year. So I don't know what to think of the charges against him. I don't know what he think about him talking about the pictures of his conquest over the House floor or whatever. I'm just, and I'm not necessarily, like I said, I don't think Matt Gaetz is the best pick for the Attorney General. I don't know if it doesn't have this like major range of experience. I do know how he has questioned the current Attorney General. I do know how he has questioned the director of the FBI. I do know how he questions people who come into various oversight committee investigations, and I know he's pretty damn good at that. So, but again, if Karl Rove is against him, I tend to think maybe he's okay. I don't know. Good morning, Green Badger Outdoors. Also, Diesel Dave, what's up, man? It's been a while. How you doing? And K-Shell's in the house. So anyway, someone here says, hey, Fox News, just so you know, we can't stand Karl Rove, Trey Gowdy, Neil Cavuto, and any other rhino that you force upon us. Well, there you go. Someone else here says Karl Rove is a rhino and can stick it where the sun don't shine. He's a bad man. The fact that Karl Rove is trending in 2024 tells you everything you need to know about politics. Oh, shit. And someone here says, yeah, can somebody tell Trey Gowdy that we're already sold on Matt Gaetz for AG, so there was no need to bring on Karl Rove to seal the deal? How irrelevant is this bald piece of shit? Okay, apparently a MAGA crowd ain't no fan of Karl Rove and don't give a flying fig what he has to say. Moving on, let's see. Nancy Mace, Congresswoman Nancy Mace is trending. Because if you didn't know this, the state of Delaware, one of the congressional districts in the state of Delaware, has elected a trans-identifying male, meaning a trans woman, to the Congress. And Nancy Mace is laying down the red line or the gauntlet or whatever you wish to call it, saying that biological men do not belong in private women's spaces, period, full stop. And she has written a resolution for the House of Representatives. Ms. Mace submitted the following resolution, which was referred to the committee on whatever the date was, prohibiting members, officers, and employees of the House from using single-sex facilities other than those corresponding to their biological sex and for other purposes, whereas allowing biological males in a single-sex facility such as restrooms, locker rooms, and changing rooms designed for women jeopardize the safety and dignity of members, officers, and employees of the House who are female. Now, therefore, be it resolved. Section 1, prohibition on the use of single-sex facilities other than those corresponding to the biological sex of an individual. A member, delegate, resident, commissioner, officer, or employee of the House may not use a single-sex facility, including a restroom, changing room, or locker room in the Capitol or House office buildings, other than those corresponding to the biological sex of such individual. Enforcement, the Sergeant of Arms at the House of Representatives is charged with enforcement of the prohibition under subsection A. So, she doesn't want penises in the women's restroom. Now, so apparently this Sarah McBride, who is, okay, so I'm just going to read the tweets. I don't want YouTube to get all over, get all fuck sticky on me. Here we go. Sarah McBride, this is someone named Taylor Silverman. Sarah quote unquote, McBride is a man who wants to be in women's bathrooms. Representative Nancy Mace is standing up for women. Men do not belong in women's spaces. At sports, the entitlement of these dudes is insane. So apparently this is from the Daily Mail. Trans Congresswoman Sarah McBride blasts Republicans after a proposal that would block her from using the women's bathroom at Capitol Hill. Now here's the thing. Apparently all the congressional offices at the Capitol, all of them, have a private bathroom. So it seems maybe this is a sort of unnecessary bill, except for the fact that there also is a Capitol gym. There's also other Capitol changing rooms, whatever, that are, men and women. So Nancy Mace writes, this is so strange to me. 25 years ago, I was celebrated as the first woman to graduate from a formerly all-male military college. Today, I'm being attacked as a bigot for fighting for women's rights. The radical left has lost his mind. So as we scroll down here, obviously Libs at TikTok is, Libs at TikTok, Representative Nancy Mace introduced a measure to ban men from women's bathrooms on Capitol Hill. Sarah McBride, who is the first trans member of Congress, blasted the attempt as far-right extremism. Extremism? I don't know. I don't see it as extremism. Let's see. Here's a video of Nancy Mace talking about this, I think.
Not be in the locker room, should not be in changing rooms, should not be in our restrooms either. And I'm going to be standing in the brink, standing in his or her way, putting a stop to this insanity and this nonsense. She doesn't get a say. This is about real women and women's rights. And the far left, radical left, they want to erase women and women's rights, and I'm not going to let them.
Would you want Sarah McBride then to use the men's restroom outside of the changing room?
She was born a biological male. She should use the men's restroom. That's how it should work.
How would what's the mechanism for checking who's qualified to use the ladies' room then? Like, just sort of generally. Obviously, Sarah McBride has identified herself as a trans person, but what would be the, I guess
here's the deal. Biological men shouldn't be in women's private spaces, period. End of story.
So this is specifically because Sarah McBride is in Congress.
That and more. So, I mean, we can't do it here, we can't do it anywhere. I've been strong on women's rights for several years now, and it's time to make sure that we protect women and girls everywhere, and it doesn't stop here.
So now this this is interesting because this causes some fissure with the left too, because not everyone on the left agrees on this topic. But I'm going to guess that the Democratic members of Congress, because they are kind of forced into a box on this subject, I'm going to guess that most of them will fight against this resolution. Now, I'm just curious. I'm trying to find people who are critical of this, because it's hard on X. Generally, probably the people talking about it most are on the right. So I'm looking here. Red Wave Press, Representative Nancy Mace, we already got that. Robbie Starbuck certainly is someone who would support this. Oh my God. Hello, Sarah McBride. Remember, you can pretend to be a girl all you want, but you're still going to need a prostate exam at age 40. Damn. Oh, here's one. Billy Binion. Here's one. I saw this one earlier. Whatever your views are on trans issues, Nancy Mace is doing what Nancy Mace does, trying to get attention. Every lawmaker, including Sarah McBride and the incoming trans rep, has a restroom in their office. This is a solution in search of a problem because Mace is a performance artist. Well, they do have a Capitol gym too. I hate to break this to you, Billy, but there is a Capitol gym. There's a locker room. There's all kinds of other places, and I'm pretty sure that Nancy Mace doesn't want to see a penis in her locker room. So that's the story behind that. What is this down here? Sarah McBride, the first transgender member of Congress. In response to her election, Republican Nancy Mace introduced a bill targeting her and what bathroom she uses. It's straight up bigotry and bullying. Is it though, Henry? This is Henry Sisson, little. Good for Nancy Mace. Congresswoman-elect Bride is a male member of Congress, not a transgender member. She should be accorded the respect due all members and be classified as all other male members. Factual recognition of sex is not bullying or bigotry. It is reality, sanity, and protectionist of women's rights. Congress as an institution needs to be a model for that truth. Well, a good portion of Congress is going to pretend that Sarah McBride is not what Sarah McBride is. So that's in the news. Here we go. Moving on. Judge Dredd is trending. Mainly because of something Elon Musk tweeted. This is going to be quick. Elon Musk said Matt Gaetz has 3 critical assets that are needed for the AG role: a big brain, a spine of steel, and an axe to grind. He is the Judge Dredd America needs to clean up a corrupt system and put powerful bad actors in prison. Gaetz will be our hammer of justice. Now, probably not the best analogy to use, Elon Musk. And someone here says, is Elon right? Isn't this why the establishment Republicans and the terrified left do not want Gaetz to take office? He has a spine of steel, blah, blah, blah. But you got to remember, Judge Dredd, well, here's someone who explains this. Judge Dredd is a British satire of how they see America as a fascist police state just waiting to happen. It's no surprise Musk once again doesn't understand a fictional character and has zero media literacy. He thinks the main character Blade Runner is named Blade Runner. Okay, whatever. The point is, I think Matt Gaetz, he sees Matt Gaetz as a potential wrecking ball to some of the establishment bullshit. Now, the way Judge Dredd did it, remember, Judge Dredd was the judge, jury, and executioner. I don't think we want that. We don't want that from Matt Gaetz. I'm just saying, probably not the best analogy. Real quick, Damian Gershwin's in the house. Peanut, what up? Peanut November. And Sapphire Dragon is here. Good morning. All right. Next, should we get to the main topic? Oh no, wait, two more before the main topic, and this is taking me forever. Accused is trending. Now, this is regarding a couple things. The word accused. One is regarding, a lot of people are using this regarding Oprah Winfrey, and that's because Libs of TikTok posted this. Everyone who accused Oprah of getting paid $1 million to support Kamala must immediately retract, issue a correction, and apologize. The total is actually $2.5 million. Oh my God, what? Here's the post. How Kamala Harris burned through $1.5 billion in 15 weeks. And this is from the New York Times. Her frenzied spending has led to second guessing among some Democrats and questions as she has pressed for more cash since the election. One particular Harris payment has drawn attention in the aftermath of the election: the $1 million paid to Oprah Winfrey's production firm, Harpo Productions. In an Instagram post, Ms. Winfrey said the company was paid to stage a live stream town hall in Detroit, providing the set, lights, camera, microphones, crew, and producers, and even the chairs. Oh, Lord, you got to have some chairs. Quote, I did not take my personal fee, Ms. Winfrey wrote. However, the people who worked on that production needed to be paid and were. End of story. But the New York Times adds this little snippet at the bottom. The $1 million actually undercounts the full cost of the event, which ran closer to $2.5 million, according to two people briefed on the matter. So, now, remember also, Harpo Productions, that would be Oprah Winfrey's production company, of which she owns 90% interest in Harpo Productions. So if they paid Harpo Productions $2.5 million, regardless of the fact that she didn't take, what'd she say? She didn't take her what fee? I did not take any personal fees. Well, big fucking whoop. Your company took in $2.5 million. You probably paid the people. You probably paid the rental of the chairs, the set. And I'm sure Harpo Productions made a profit on the deal. You didn't just, you just didn't volunteer your portion of those profits. So that's one reason. So that was one part of the accused, an accused topic. And then the other one is, oh, by the way, here we go. Oprah, all Donald Trump cares about is making himself wealthier. Kamala, will you come to my rally and help me defeat Trump? Oprah, of course, that'll be $2.5 million, please. Oh my gosh. Was America done with the wealthy hypocrisy leftists? Someone worth $70 million and someone worth $3 billion are telling you to hate rich people. Yeah, there you go. Now, the other reason accused is trending is because of this trial of this shitbag who killed Laken Riley. Never forget when Democrats accuse you of not caring about women, that Laken Riley fought off her attacker for 17 minutes before she and the policies they voted for caused it. She's only one of many. So, excuse me. In the Laken Riley trial, the roommate of Jose Ibarra, the Venezuelan illegal accused of killing Laken Riley, testified they got a free humanitarian flight from New York City to Atlanta in September 2023. They were living at the Roosevelt Hotel. Prosecutors say after arriving in Athens, Georgia, Ibarra murdered Riley. If this program didn't exist, Laken Riley would still be alive. So basically on them getting free shit. And let's see, there's another, where's the other one here? There's a few of these. Well, here, let me go. Oh, that's also the reason why Tren de Aragua is trending because, let's see. Hang on a second. Oh my God. The other day, remember we talked about Whoopi Goldberg? Apparently lines have started forming outside Holderman's Bakery in support of the business after Whoopi Goldberg falsely accused the business of denying her service. So that's awesome. Some people who are mad about this bakery that got accused of racism from Whoopi Goldberg, the what do you call it? The smolitizing of a bakery. There's a bunch of people who said, fuck it, we're going to go, what do you call it? When you go and support that establishment? There you go, support. So anyway, Oh, interesting. 4 years ago, Bob Casey called for Trump to be impeached, all because Trump questioned the administration of the 2020 election. Bob Casey is now actually doing what he's wrongly accused Trump of. Oh, let's just see this clip from Laura Ingraham. Not my favorite anymore, but anyway, we'll watch this.
And counting votes.
Excuse me.
McCormick and the RNC are now suing Bucks County to protect the integrity of the election. Joining me now is Brianna Lyman, election correspondent at The Federalist. Brianna, once again, the Democrats are supposed to be the defenders of the norms, but they're the real election deniers. So explain why these votes that they're talking about should be rejected or were rejected.
Yeah, so Bob Casey wants to have his cake and eat it too. 4 years ago, he called for Donald Trump to be impeached because Donald Trump questioned the administration of the 2020 election. What Bob Casey is doing is he's not questioning the administration. He is trying to change the outcome by adding votes that should not be counted. So there are the ones that have either misstated or missing dates on the ballots that both state law and the Pennsylvania Supreme Court said should not count. In other cases, you have voters who are potentially unregistered voters who cast a ballot. Bob Casey wants wants those ballots to be casted. So he does not have any authority to have sat back for 4 years and demanded unquestionable loyalty to election results, but now that he's on the other side of it, demand some kind of additional ballots to be put in to flip this race.
Well, would the number of ballots they're talking
irony.
about actually overturn the election results? Is it even enough?
No. So Mark Elias, he has his dirty little fingerprints all on this. And this is the same strategy that he used back in 2008 in the Minnesota race with Senator Franken and Norm Coleman. And that race was decided by a few hundred votes. And eventually, after Mark Elias got it dragged out the recount for months, Franken won by about 312 votes. The margins we're talking about in Pennsylvania are in the tens of thousands.
30,000. So right now, Casey's lost by 30,000 votes to this McCormick guy. And he's just dragging this out. They're trying to, in one of the counties, they've sued to have, or not sued, but the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania already said that you can't count these undated ballots. And Bob Casey's in these in 3 specific counties saying, no, we want you to count them. And the one commissioner even said, knowing that they're breaking the law, but they're going to count them so that it has to go through the courts anyway. Basically, they're dragging this out for a race that is over. And this is the same race in which Chuck Schumer, the smarmy prick from New York, is saying that he's not going to even have this guy come to orientation until they get this sorted out. So this is just, well, you know how they like to say, no one is above the law, except for Bob Casey and Democrats, because if you have a D behind your name, then you are above the law. All right, and then also the Venezuelan gangs trending right now, because now apparently this gang from Venezuela has spread to 16 states. The American people have given Trump a mandate to enforce immigration law, but Democrat leaders say they will refuse to comply. So a bunch of states say they're going to refuse to comply. And a lot of them are states like New York, California, Wisconsin, Wisconsin, although he won Wisconsin, Chicago, the city of Chicago, Katie Hobbs in Arizona, J.B. Pritzker, Jared Polis of the Feliz Navidad, Jared Feliz Navidad Polis. Hello, Selected Boy, by the way.
Yeah, boy.
Are all saying that they're going to refuse to comply with any of Trump's immigration policy. Which I thought they were the party of the law and order. So anyway, meanwhile, the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua has spread to 16 states. There must be consequences for officials who continue to facilitate this invasion. Light it up, deport Tren de Aragua, go after cartels. Let's put an end to human trafficking and drugs in America. Not one more parent should have to lose another child to trafficking of drugs. So the vicious Venezuelan prison gang has expanded its territory to at least 16 states, an area that includes half of America's population, per the DHS memo that they obtained. So this is from the New York Post. Tren de Aragua has already set up shop in these 16 states, according to Homeland Security. So this isn't just someone talking out of their butt side of their body. The vicious Venezuelan prison gang, Tren de Aragua, has expanded its territory to at least 16 U.S. states, an area that includes half of America's population. Homeland Security officials last week were warned in an internal Department intelligence memo about TDA's growing presence across the country, most recently in Washington, D.C., Virginia, Montana, and Wyoming. Now, I'm shocked. Montana and Wyoming? There are a lot of people with guns out in those states. Anyway, the gang already has footholds in California, Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Illinois, Louisiana, Nevada, New Jersey, New York, North Carolina, Tennessee, Texas, and Wisconsin, according to the memo, and previously reported by The Post. The gang has only increased its violent tendencies as it spreads, the memo added. Tren de Aragua's arrival in the nation's capital and nearby Virginia coincided with increases in migrant populations there. The memo stated, as the population of Venezuelan nationals continues to increase, the potential for violent TDA migrants is highly probable. In one run-in with the cutthroat cutthroat gang in Virginia. Cops in Fairfax County arrested 3 suspected members in August 2023 for shoplifting. One of the suspects had a fake Venezuelan ID, and all 3 bore the gang's signature tattoos. The gang's members are targeting the D.C. area because they can travel with ease to nearby suburbs in Northern Virginia to carry out thefts, robberies, and assaults. Its members are increasingly engaged in lower-level fraud and theft crimes, sending their stolen funds back to South America as a means of financing additional criminal enterprises. One case cited in the document, a suspected Tren de Aragua member withdrew $118,000 from a Florida bank account with fraudulent check deposits and wired the money to bank accounts in Venezuela before any fraud was detected. The sheriff in Wyoming's most populous county told the Post on Monday that while he would not say they have established a presence in the western state, he is holding a suspected TDA member in his jail. We have a person in our jail who is suspected of being TDA who is being held for trial in December for being in possession of a car that was stolen in Colorado. This is the only arrest possible. Okay, so anyway, you get the point. They're spreading around the country, and well, the Biden administration just kind of facilitates it, and so fuck the Biden administration. All right, finally, the main topic today. Let's talk about Russia and potential war. So we told you the other day. Here's the article from Fox News the other day. Biden authorizes Ukraine to use long-range missiles to strike inside Russia. Okay, so Biden is one of his last gasp acts. Hello, Maddie, by the way. One of Biden's last gasp acts as president of the United States was to allow Ukraine to use approve the use of long-range missiles from Ukraine to strike inside Russia. Right. So here's just the kind of the beginning of that. This is from a couple days ago. President Biden has authorized Ukraine's military to use U.S.-provided long-range missiles on targets inside Russian territory, senior U.S. officials confirmed to Fox News on Sunday. The senior U.S. official said the weapons will mostly focus on the Kursk region of western Russia. The decision was first reported by the New York Times. According to the official, Biden's decision was spurred by the Russian decision to invite 10,000 North Korean soldiers into the fight against Ukraine in Kursk. A second official told Fox that it is unclear if Biden plans to approve the use of the missiles outside the Kursk region. It's inside of Russia. Hello, cannibalistic wizard. And Russian President Vladimir Putin has previously said the U.S. approval of such missile strikes would constitute an act of war. He has yet to react to Biden's announcement Sunday. The bishop's in the house. What's up? So that was Sunday. Well, ladies and gentlemen, now I got to make this caveat because I opened several articles about this today. And I want you to see if you notice the difference in headlines, how they're presented. So we're going to first start with the BBC, not the good kind. Whoops, not the good kind. BBC, British Broadcasting Corporation. Headline: Moscow says Ukraine has fired U.S.-supplied long-range missiles into Russia. Okay, take that headline in, because I'm just going to go through the headlines first. NBC News. Russia says Ukraine attacked it using U.S. long-range missiles, signals that it's ready for a nuclear response. The Guardian. Here, let's close this. The Guardian. Moscow says first Ukrainian attack on Russia with U.S.-made missiles signals West wants to escalate conflict. Russia-Ukraine war live. Now, this is a different, I don't know who the Daily Echo is, but they say Ukraine fired U.S.-made longer-range missiles into Russia, says Moscow. Sky News, Ukraine war latest. Ukraine launches. So all of these are saying Moscow says. That's what I wanted you to note. Is it only Moscow that says that? Like, wouldn't we have our own intelligence on whether they did it or not? So let's go back to let's go back to the BBC article. Russia says Ukraine has fired U.S.-supplied long-range missiles into the country a day after Washington gave it permission for such attacks. Ukraine used the Army Tactical Missile System, ATACMS, in a strike on Russia's Bryansk region this morning. The Ministry of Defense in Moscow said 5 missiles were shot down and 1 damaged, with its fragments causing a fire at a military facility in that region. The strike represents the first time the long-range missiles have been used on Russia's internationally recognized territory after Washington signaled Ukraine had permission to do so. Russia has vowed to react accordingly. And I'm curious what react accordingly means. On Tuesday, Russia's Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov said Russia would proceed from the understanding that the missiles were operated by American military experts. So is this, they're seeing this as no longer a proxy war. We will be taking this as a renewed face of the Western war against Russia, and we will react accordingly, he told a press conference at the G20 in Rio de Janeiro. Moscow said on Monday that any strikes inside its territory with U.S. missiles would prompt an appropriate, tangible response. Ukraine has already been using the ATACMS in Russia-occupied areas of its own territory for more than a year. The missiles can hit targets a range of up to 300 kilometers or 186 miles and are difficult to intercept. Kyiv is now able to strike deeper into Russia, blah, 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 blah. So they're saying that that they've done it, okay? So this whole authorization, though, is an interesting escalation by Joe Biden on his way out the door. Real quick, thank you, Diesel Dave, by the way, sponsoring the show, who says, from what I understand, Trump's peace deal would include Ukraine giving any occupied territory to Russia. I'd want that land back, too. Would include Ukraine giving any occupied territory to Russia. I'd want that land back, too. As in the land back to Ukraine, giving it back to Ukraine. Ideally that would be probably the right thing to do, right? The Crimea and Donetsk era that the Russians have been trying to take over. It's a challenging situation because so many Russians live in that region in eastern Ukraine. No one knows what Trump peace deal is at this point. Yeah, I agree. Nobody knows. That's the speculation. Now, if you listen to the left and the Democrats, whatever, they're convinced that, Trump just wants to give all of Ukraine to Russia because, they think he's a Putin puppet. That's their favorite line. And I think, and by the way, I think, I believe that, oh wait, why did I do that? Didn't mean to do that. Let's go back to this. I believe that President Trump is already making overtures to Russia about and Ukraine about getting together for a peace deal. But here we go. The Biden administration, along with Zelensky, want more death. They don't want to sit down and talk because a safe Earth is not profitable. Trump, Putin, and Russia. Here's an RT, which is an American version of Russian Today report. Let's see what this one says. We'll listen to a couple others.
In the updated version of the document, aggression against Russia by any non-nuclear state, but with the support of a nuclear state, is proposed to be considered as their joint attack on Russia. Russia will also consider the possibility of using nuclear weapons when receiving reliable information about a massive launch of means of aerospace attack and their crossing of our state border. This includes strategic and tactical aircraft, as well as cruise missiles and drones, hypersonic and other delivery vehicles. Russia reserves the right to use nuclear weapons in case of aggression, including if the enemy, using conventional weapons, poses a critical threat.
It is important to note at this point that these are, at this time, proposals to amend Russia's nuclear weapons use doctrine. We heard from Vladimir Putin multiple scenarios in which the rules and regulations governing how Russia can use its nuclear weapons will change. The first scenario is if a non-nuclear power attacks Russia with conventional arms but poses a grave or critical threat to Russia's sovereignty, the Russian leadership will be able to use nuclear weapons to neutralize that threat. The second scenario and how things will change is if that non-nuclear power that is attacking Russia is aided, supplied, abetted by a nuclear power, then that nuclear power will be considered a party to this conflict.
So in other words, that's us. That's us. Because it's our weapons. And they even said in that other report, they're saying that, well, it must have been those American weapons had to be administered by Americans, right? That's interesting. Ukraine will be lucky to remain a country. They have no leverage or manpower left. Yeah, they don't. They've pretty much basically all the men in Ukraine who haven't escaped are the ones being killed, and now they're recruiting 14-year-olds and 60-year-olds. So this is crazy.
A joint attack on Russia, which will mean...
Yeah, so they're considering it a joint attack, at least as far as the doctrine he's talking about. So basically, a lot of people are saying things like this. Biden just started World War III, but in about 2 hours, we'll have CNN, MSNBC, and The View somehow finding a way to blame Trump for this. Oh, absolutely they will. And, here's what I think as I watch this unfold. This is Biden's giant fuck you to everybody. Okay. Biden's mad regarding how he was removed from the presidential race. He's not happy about it. That the powers that be, the Pelosi, maybe Obama, maybe Clinton, all those people, the power brokers in the Democratic Party, they got him to drop out by threatening his legacy. They said, you know what? You that debate, show the world what's really going on, and we're going to deny it as long as we can, but if you don't drop out, we're not going to deny it anymore. And we're going to 25th Amendment your ass, and then your legacy will be someone who lost his mind while he was in office. We'll already have our first black woman president, and then she can fend for herself as well as she can until she loses to Trump. They knew Joe Biden was going to lose to Trump. In fact, their internal polling, just recently they were talking about it, their internal polling showed that Joe Biden would have lost far worse than even Kamala Harris did. And they knew that it was going to be, for lack of a better word, it was going to be a bloodbath. See what I did there? And so they forced him to step down. Well, Joe Biden's like, oh, really? You're going to make me step down? Well, first of all, they were going to have a primary. They're going to have a contest, but Joe Biden fucked him over by endorsing Kamala Harris. And so they had to scramble, and they ended up having to have Kamala Harris be their nominee. So he screwed him over that way. And now he's going to leave office authorizing this missile shit. Now, maybe that's true. Maybe Biden's not even that sharp or not even that smart. And somebody in the military-industrial complex said, hey, you know what? We can make a lot of money if we shoot some missiles. Maybe we can con Biden into, help us get rid of some old missiles. We can build some new shit and sell it to you. And then we can sell the old shit because that's how we do this shit around here. Who knows? Their internal polling had Trump at 400 electoral votes, says Plague Trucker Zach. Hi, what up, Zach? And Kessler, what's up? So, yeah, but is this Biden just getting back at him, saying, all right, Trump left me with this Afghanistan withdrawal, which I fucked up. Well, here, I'm going to leave you with Kamala Harris losing her ass, and I'm going to leave you with a war that Donald Trump's going to have to clean up and probably won't be able to. And then no Republicans will get elected in 2026 or 28. I don't know. Is this Joe Biden's just giving everyone the middle finger? Of course, here's a funny meme that I just noticed. Not funny, actually kind of frightening, but we did it, Joe. As they're on plane and everything's on fire. Okay, now there's some people lying here that Elon Musk has changed the like icon with an explosion animation because of World War III. No, he hasn't done that. That's fake news. The failed Biden regime in full-on panic mode as there seems no way to prevent Donald Trump's team of mega superheroes from pursuing Biden's crimes to the fullest extent of the law. Now the only option left seems to be a full-on nuclear war with Russia. So there you go. And again, here's a Fox News article on the barrage. Ukraine fires first barrage of U.S.-made long-range missiles into Russia, Kremlin says. This is not good, people. So World War III is trending. There's an open tab in this. So here's this thing now this is actually Trump from 2023. This is back when this is not new, where he says, I'm hereby calling on Putin and Zelensky to meet with me and get this terrible war between Russia and Ukraine solved. We have never been closer to nuclear World War III than right now. We must stop the killing and prevent World War III. But the video clip is not from, I don't think this is recent. Let's see what it says.
We have never been closer to World War III than we are today under Joe Biden. A global conflict between nuclear-armed powers would mean death and destruction on a scale unmatched in human history. Again,
this is not recent. Even though the tweet is recent, this video is not recent. This is back from... I think this is from back in March while he was starting to run, when he was putting out these different policy positions in video form. What up, Richard Head? What's up, Dick? Nice to see you. In the chat, of course. So anyway, here's another one. This is, I don't know who this is, Steve Gruber, but we'll watch a couple of these. This is someone named Steve Gruber.
I'm absolutely mortified.
Me too, Steve.
Ukraine just lobbed American missiles into Russia. Do these assholes want a war? Do they want your kids and your grandkids to go fight in Europe for a country we have no real connection to? Not a NATO partner, not a true ally? Seriously, what are they doing? These people out of their fucking minds. Trying to get you killed, me killed, and trying to get World War III started before Joe Biden gets kicked out of office. This is completely unacceptable, completely out of line. These people have clearly lost their fucking minds.
I concur. I concur. Let's see what else is talking about this. We already got that. World War III is trending on X again. Yippee. Tired of seeing World War III trending on X every 3 months? World War III is never going to happen. Oh, shit. So Russia's new nuclear docket means NATO missiles fired against our country could be deemed as an attack on the bloc. By the bloc on Russia, Russia could retaliate with WMD against Kyiv and key NATO facilities wherever they're located. This means World War III. Yeah, seems like it. So that's why World War III is trending again. Let's see. And then thanks Biden. Thanks Biden for starting. Thanks Biden for playing with fire like it's a video game. Trump would have kept the peace, not escalated to World War III. A lot of people are concerned about it. Let's see. Oh, this is $68 at Walmart. Don't care. Do you think? Oh, be honest. Do you think Zelensky will ever pay the U.S. back? Please. All right. Oh shoot, I'm already late. Shoot. Well, I had a couple of videos to do today too. Some of you, here's what's in my links today. Let me just go through some of the links that you'll see that I'm not going to get to. Apparently Project Veritas is added again. Now I kind of given up on Project Veritas, although they're still doing the work that James O'Keefe got them started doing somewhat. Breaking, UN manager claims war is the only way to make serious cash. Says lazy staff were rooting for Nikki Haley for U.S. president over Trump. The only way you make money at the UN is if you go to war. You get paid more. 90% of United Nations employees are squatting. I could point to people every single day in the building who don't work. what is the UN? It's an amorphous body of nothingness. So this is someone that they caught undercover. That'll be in the links. Here's another one. Let's see. Oh, this guy here. This guy just got out of jail. This is Captain. Well, here, I'll let him introduce himself. It's only 50 seconds long.
Good morning, everybody. It is Friday, November 15th. Behind me, you can see MCC San Diego, the federal prison, where I was just recently released for my peaceful presence at the United States Capitol on January 6th.
This is one of the January 6th political prisoners.
For years, I felt like I had little to no support. No one really cared to know about my story. But I thank you, the American people, for absolutely proving me wrong. I've gotten a lot of support. You went out there, you voted because I wasn't able to. And thanks to you, you've re-elected Donald Trump as the United States President. I look forward to the next 4 years, see if we can't clean this country up. Again, thank you for all your support. Simplify and God bless every single one of you.
So this guy's story is also in the links today. The FBI raided. This guy didn't commit any violence on January 6th. He was just at the Capitol. In fact, the video they have of him is of him cleaning up trash, offering assistance to officers, all kinds of stuff. And the FBI raided his house. His wife was pregnant at the time. They had a 4-year-old son. When they raided his house, they raided with like dozens of officers, not coming just in with a warrant saying, hey, we have a warrant for your arrest. But instead, they did a full-on raid of his house, including demanding he come out on loudspeakers. The wife comes out. They've got, laser dots pointed at both his wife and his 4-year-old son. And they went all through his house after they took him out, instead of just taking him out as instead of just arresting him. His wife had a miscarriage the next day. She was so stressed out, and it just destroyed his family. And so this next link here, Nova Campaigns, this is actually the story that they had on OAN about him. I highly recommend you watch this after the show. It's 12 minutes long. It's definitely worth, or 13 minutes long, 13 minutes and 23 seconds long. Definitely worth the watch of this guy's story and his wife telling the story, because it's a class. It's just this, they turn anyone who is anywhere near the Capitol on January 6th into criminals, and not everyone there was even, most people were just there because they were there to protest. And this guy is just one of those egregious political prisoner style cases. So I definitely suggest you check this one out. Also in the links today, this is one that I will play. I'm going to finish out when we're done. So let me do that afterwards. Articles I have open too. Holman fires back after Congressional Hispanic Caucus chair says group will oppose mass deportations. And he says, fuck it, game on. Tom Holman, the new, I don't know what his official title is. They're calling him the border czar, but in charge of deportations. Interesting article in The Guardian. Again, The Guardian no longer posts on X, but here's, I pulled this up for a reason. First, I wanted to show you this page on The Guardian. When you open up The Guardian, this is a left-wing British newspaper or publication. Not so much for the article, but for this part at the bottom half here, because The Guardian is trying to raise money to continue its existence. And so they're asking for donations. But here's how they're doing it. And again, this is hilarious. It says, this is what we're up against. From Elon Musk to the Murdochs, billionaire owners control much of the information that reaches the public. Wait a minute. You're just going from Elon Musk to the Murdochs, like Twitter and Sky News, Fox News? You know how many other news outlets there are that control? I mean, you don't mention Bezos. You don't mention the people who own, CBS, NBC, ABC, Disney, whatever. But you just are mad about the right-leaning ones. It's hilarious. Meanwhile, increasing numbers of bad actors are spreading disinformation that threaten democracy. What? Are you all just Democrats over there across the pond? The Guardian is different. No, The Guardian is really more of the same. Thanks to reader support, we publish free, trustworthy journalism and stay fiercely independent. Okay, yeah. Independent as long as you're, left-wing lunatics. But anyway, the article that I wanted to show you from The Guardian is Haitian immigrants flee Springfield, Ohio in droves after the Trump election win. Well, that's a win. But here's it's the sub-headline that kind of gets me here. City subjected to false rumors from Trump loses residents integral to community over mass deportation fears. Really? They're like they're that important to this community of Springfield? Are they? I mean, they just got here. How could they be integral? It doesn't make sense to me. So anyway, there's that article. I don't even think you can see the whole article because it's paywall. In NBC News, Georgia appeals court cancels arguments in Trump election case until further notice. So they're not going to be continuing that case probably till after Trump is out of office. Here's the highlights. The Georgia Court of Appeals canceled oral arguments on the effort by President-elect Donald Trump and others to remove Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis from the criminal election case against them. So that's the appeal, is trying to get her removed, and they're going to pause that entire case. The Department of Justice is expected to dismiss 2 federal cases against Trump as a result of his victory in the White House race. Trump is charged in 2 cases with crimes related to an attempt to undo the 2020 election loss to President Joe Biden. So that's how CNBC does it. In what is this? Outkick. NASCAR's Tony Breidinger gets called up to Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. Why did I open this article? Oh, because I knew Avocatus Diabli would appreciate this. So apparently a 25-year-old California native is no stranger to pop culture bloggers. She's been on the ARCA circus while mixing races in the NASCAR Truck Series. Okay, so anyway, this is some race car driver who's going to be in Sports Illustrated's swimsuit issue. She's a fine individual, and so I basically put that in the links for Avocatus Diabli. Governor Hochul in New York is expected to unpause congestion pricing with a new base toll Thursday. So this is funny. So Kathy Hochul, remember they decided that they're going to charge anyone who works in the city of New York a $15 a day fee to come into the city, as a hope that they would stop traffic congestion in New York City. Well, now she has announced, here it is. She's expected to unveil the path to unpausing congestion pricing at a press conference on Thursday, along with announcing a revised congestion pricing proposal, setting the base fare at $9 instead of $15. She's expected to discuss an alternative revenue source to make up for the lost $6, a 40% decrease. So they just put in this fee to come into New York, $15, right? So when they decided that they're going to lower the price to $9, she billed this as a huge savings to consumers because they lowered their tax to come into New York City. It's a huge saving to consumers this X amount a year. Bitch, you came up with the $15 per year just recently. It's insane. So anyway, and then they're talking now also. They're already describing lowering the cost of this fee for congestion fee to losing revenue, like revenue that they just established. It's like this. It's insane how politicians think. Oh, we're going to tax you to come in the city. Well, we're going to lower the tax. Well, what about the lost revenue from the tax that you just put on us? I mean, it's just insane. Anyway, there's that. Post-millennial, there's an article about how the AP, the Associated Press, is about to cut its staff by 8% as major news outlets stop buying its content. Wow. Let's see. Breaking. Oh, and this is, by the way, also in this post, breaking Prime Minister Netanyahu of Israel, in a closed meeting, revealed Biden and Blinken's threats towards him this past year. Biden called me before entering Rafah and said to me, Prime Minister Netanyahu, you will be left alone. I answered him, then we will do it alone. 2 days later, Blinken was sent to threaten me. You will not receive any armaments. I answered him, we will fight with our hands and claws. We do not compromise on Rafah. Netanyahu added the Americans estimated that 20,000 people would be killed in Rafah. It turned out to be an absolute lie. So apparently the Biden administration was trying to put his thumb on the scale, and he said, fuck you, we don't need your ass. Also, in the Washington Examiner, over 800 IRS employees owe millions in back taxes after audits pushed by Joni Ernst. So, they were going to hire all these new IRS agents. Well, they found out that 800 of them themselves owe millions of dollars in back taxes. Oh, the irony. And finally, in Town Hall, medical examiner makes a stunning admission during the Daniel Penny trial. The medical examiner who deemed Jordan Neely's death was a homicide caused by Daniel Penny placing him in a chokehold makes a stunning admission on the witness stand on Friday. She didn't wait for the toxicology report. The viral video alone of Penny subduing Neely on the New York City subway was what convinced her that Penny killed Neely. So they don't have toxicological results. She just determined it by watching it on video of how the guy died. So that could slow the case. I don't know. I think Daniel Penny's getting railroaded, but we'll see what happens. All right. Finishing up with one last little video, and then I got to go. This is just some classic footage of our future president, our future and past president, Donald John Trump. And it's kind of funny, and this comes off like a Kurt Hennig thing. Remember who Kurt Hennig is? Mr. Perfect. Watch this.
This is my man, Mr. Donald Trump.
This is back when Trump was quite a bit younger. And it's only coming out on the left side of your thing.
Nervous as hell. It's only for airline tickets. You own your own airline, don't you? Do you still own your own airline? Oh, they haven't taken that away from you yet, huh? No, good.
So watch this.
I got you back. Wait a minute, we gotta get a word. No! How did you do that? I don't know. I have no idea.
That's back when he was still humping Marla Maples.
Who says there's not luck in football? You are the man. One time, everybody, Donald Trump.
So he threw the football through that very small hole. And there you go. All right, guys, I got to go. Hey, thanks for joining me today on the Morning Night Live. I am here Monday through Friday, this same bad time, same bad channel, right around 10 o'clock Eastern. And I'll try to be back tomorrow a little bit earlier than I was today. But, if I'm not, I appreciate you coming by because a lot of you are still here. Thank you. If you haven't hit the like button yet, 41 people, 24 likes. That's not a very good ratio. Let's get the like button before you go. Also, share the stream. And if you want to sponsor the show, pdognight.live is the place to go, even though the links in these stupid bot things don't work. All right, that's it. I'm going to drop the links in the chat. And, I was going to put in Power Coffee. Well, I'll do that tomorrow. So everything we did today will be in this link called a one-tap link that I'm about to click on and put in the chat. Which I should have done about 5 minutes ago. There we go. All right, here are today's links. Boom, bada bing, bada boom. I gotta go. My name is P Dog Knight, and I am out of here. Bye-bye. Have a lovely day. Hey, this is P Dog Knight, and thank you for watching today on the P Dog Knight channel. If you have an observation or remark you'd like to make about this video or my channel, I absolutely welcome you to write it in the comment section down below. I really look forward to hearing from you. And before you go, if you like what you saw but you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit the subscribe button and definitely click that bell that pops up afterwards so you'll be notified when I post new videos or when we go live. I broadcast my live show, The Morning Night Live, Monday through Friday at 10 o'clock Eastern, 9 o'clock Central. A special thank you to all the supporters of this channel who share our videos on social media and who make donations through Streamlabs, YouTube, Venmo, and Cash App, which are all linked in the description down below. Thanks again, and until next time, I'm P Dog Knight, and I'm out of here.